ברוך הבא בשם השם, ברכנוכם מבית השם. ברוך הבא בשם השם.
Everyone to please find their seats and clear the aisles. Everyone please find their seats.
it. All right, Fogel. Were they in order? They fell. Yeah, the shelf's not working. Wait, give me 1 second. Let me start. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome all parents, grandparents, friends, and faculty to the 2015 Hebrew Academy of Long Beach graduation. We kindly ask everyone to please silence their cell phones. Please join me in welcoming the graduating class of the 2015 at Hebrew Academy of Long Beach. Mr. Bruce Mail, please come to the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, please acknowledge the graduating class of 2015. Graduates, please remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of Hatikva on the national anthem, led by Bruce Mal.
Balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulfatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia Lo avda tikvateinu tikva bat shnot alpayim liot am chofshi be'artzeinu Eretz Zion Yerushalayim Liot am chofshi be'artzeinu be'eretz Zion Yerushalayim. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please remain standing. I'd like to call upon Esther Miller and Benji Wiener as salutatorians to lead us into Tehillim.
Shir Lamalo Sesai El Harim Ma'ayin Yavo Ezri. Ezri Me'im Adonai Ose Shamayim Baretz. Al yitain la mot raglecha al yanum shomrecha. Hine lo yanum velo yishan shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomrecha, Adonai tzilcha al yad yaminecha. Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka bi'arech balayla. Adonai yishmarcha mikora yishmor es nafshecha. Adonai yishmor tzizcha uvorecha me'atav yad olam.
Jir hamalos LeDavid, samachti bomer mli beit Adonai nelech. Omnos hayu raglenu b'sharayich Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim habanuya ke'er shechubra lo yachdav. Shasham olu shivatim shibte ya edut le'Yisrael lahodot l'shem Adonai. Kishama yashvu kisot l'mishpat kisot l'beit David. Shalu shalom Yerushalayim yushlayu ohavayich. Yi shalom b'chelech shalva ba'armonotayich. L'man achai b're'ai adabra na shalom bach. L'man beit Adonai Eloheinu avak shetov lach.
Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I would like to introduce the dais. On my immediate right and your left, Mr. Lance Hurt, President of HALB. Mr. Jerry Williams, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. I would like to wish Jerry a special milestone on the graduation of the granddaughter Rachel Uden. Mr. Howie Rubin, Middle School Executive. I would like to wish Howie and Lisa a special mazel tov on the graduation of their daughters, Daniela, Jackie, and Emma. Mrs. Rena Questel, Executive of Academic Affairs. I would like to wish Rena and Mark a special milestone on the graduation of their sons, Eitan and Avi. Mrs. Bailey Sigma, Mrs. Atara Uden, Women's League Presidium. I would like to wish Atara and Rabbi Aryeh Uden a special mazel tov on the graduation of their daughter, Racheli. I would also like to acknowledge Shlomo Zeller, who's in the crowd, is Vice President of HALB, and wish Shlomo and Ariella mazel tov on the graduation of their daughter, Daniela. Now, on my left and your right, on my immediate, Rabbi David Plotkin, Principal of HALB. Rabbi Yehuda Fogel, Director of Junior High School Boys. Mrs. Marjorie Wine, Associate Principal, General Studies, Junior High School. Morial Axelrod, Director of Junior High School Girls. And Mrs. Helen Spurn, Head of School of the SK High School for Girls. At this time, I'd like to call upon Mora Axelrod to present the Carol Feinerman, Ben Adam Lechavero, and Ketzer Shem Tov awardees.
It is hard to believe that it has been 4 years since the HALB family lost a crucial member, our beloved Carol Feinerman. Many of our 8th graders graduating tonight, and many more parents, grandparents, and faculty members remember with fondness what a unique and extraordinary person Carol was. As a secretary in the school, she interacted with teachers, parents, and students on a daily basis and made a big impact on them all. She had a smile on her face always and was never too busy to help whoever it was that walked into the office and consistently put the needs of others before her own. She was the example of what it means to treat other people even better than you treat yourself. In Carol's memory, an award has been established by her family for excellence in Ben Adam Lechavero. This is the only award voted on by the students for the boy and girl in the grade who exemplify all that Carol stood for. These are students who go out of their way to show sensitivity to their peers, who do anything they can to help another, and who truly feel both the pain and the joy of their friends as their own. On behalf of the graduating class of 2015, I am honored to present this year's Carol Feinerman Award for Excellence in Ben Adam Lechavero to Yair Sturm, and Gavi Goldsmith. Each year, one girl and one boy from the graduating class are chosen to be the recipients of the Ketzer Shem Tov Award. This award goes to the student who has the overall character, midos, and refinement to be a leader in the grade and a positive role model for their peers. In thinking about what makes this year's Keser Shem Tov awardees so unique, one pasuk kept popping into my head. In Shachars every morning, many of us recite the psukim, which describe the different types of korbanos performed in the service of the Beis HaMikdash. In the section of the Korban Tamid, the sacrifice brought each morning and each afternoon, the pasuk states, Es hakeves echad ta'aseh v'boker, ve'es hakeves hasheni ta'aseh bein ha'arbayim, meaning that we must bring one lamb in the morning and one in the afternoon. At first glance, this pasuk seems pretty factual, not exactly the most inspirational of verses that we have in the Torah. But if we think about it more deeply, this pasuk speaks to the consistency with which the Kohanim were commanded to perform the avodah, the holy service in the Beis HaMikdash. Each and every morning, a korban was brought, and each and every afternoon, another one was brought. Day in and day out, on Shabbos and holidays, no matter what else was going on, the Jewish people could count on the Korban Tamid being sacrificed on the Mizbeach. It is this consistency which we find in our Keser Shem Tov recipients tonight. When the names were announced a few weeks ago, no one in the grade was remotely surprised. It is obvious from their day-to-day, year-to-year, midos, derech, selflessness, vatranos, and their overall character that they are most deserving of this award. They are the ones who can be counted on to always do the right thing, always speak and act appropriately, and always serve as the example for how a Ben Torah and a Bas Yisrael should act. On behalf of the administration and faculty of HALB, it is my schus to call upon this year's Keser Shem Tov awardees, Devorah Schreier, followed by Joseph Greenberg, to share a few words with us.
We sat at our desks, staring at the rain-soaked windows of our classroom. We hoped that our annual Yom HaAtzmaut program, involving lots of outdoor rides and exciting activities, would be sunny and rain-free. We are disappointed, unfortunately, have to be canceled. But in true HALB style, the administration and students sprung into action and quickly rearranged the booths and carnival-style rides to be moved into the gym, saving the day and making it as memorable as ever. The next day, right after davening, Rabbi Plotkin's voice came booming over the loudspeaker. Boys and girls, he began, yesterday was really something special. Despite the unfortunate weather, the Yom HaAtzmaut program was still a huge success. This goes to show us that at HALB, the students can do anything they want. We all turned to each other in excitement. Really, we asked, anything? We could do anything we want? At the time, we might have jokingly taken his words the wrong way, but as we reflected on our 8th grade year and really on our entire experience at the Hebrew Academy of Long Beach, we began to appreciate what our wise principal had truly meant. We learned that when you set your mind to it and heart to it, you could really achieve anything you wanted. The vital lesson was taught to us in many ways. For example, the chesed opportunities we had the privilege to help run and participate in, ranging from HAS to Maspia. One program our grade had a special connection with was Bobby's, a unique storefront which enables those in need to choose free outfits to take home for Yontif. Our grade volunteered to help run their normal activities and even took it a step further by organizing a big fundraising event, which included a fashion show modeled by our class and also featured many boutiques. The event was enormously successful, and our grade felt so proud to have helped this deserving chesed in such a unique way. But it wasn't only the extracurricular activities that taught us this important lesson. Even in class itself, this message was always clearly felt. There were constant educational events, like when they brought in a representative of the farmers in Israel keeping the halachos of Shemitah this year, or when we were shown how an actual Sefer Torah is written. These innovative methods of teaching inspired us and showed us the potential we have within us to do good in so many ways. Even in our regular classes, we were challenged and pushed to excel. We learned how to build a website and to adapt smoothly to the new Common Core. We were taught a love of the English language and how to express ourselves in many different ways. We expanded our Hebrew vocabulary and learned how to research our family tree in a way that I will always cherish. We learned Navi and Dinim in a creative way, and were taught a love of science and how it connects to our day-to-day lives. And of course, Mora Axelrod taught us a love of Judaism and is a true role model to us all. Our teachers were the best, always guiding and mentoring us. The school empowered its students by allowing us to help plan, organize, and run certain events almost entirely by ourselves. Through involvement as president of the Student Council, I got to witness firsthand how the hard work and efforts of a grade as dedicated as ours pays off and can go a long way in accomplishing anything we set our focus on. Monthly Rosh Chodesh breakfasts, the annual Hanukkah Chagiga, the senior dinner, the sleepover in school, all these and more were choreographed almost completely by the students. And thankfully, they were all wonderfully memorable and successful events. This was made possible because of the amazing grade I had the privilege to be part of. When I think back to how we were able to go everywhere we planned on our Washington trip because we had displayed unique maturity, or when I remember our sudden kumsitzes or our unforgettable grade group chat on WhatsApp, I see how we've all grown so incredibly close and built such deep bonds with one another. I'm honestly proud to call myself a part of our class and grade. I hope we all stay in touch and when we head off to high school this upcoming fall and maintain these friendships for a year to come. Rabbi Plotkin could not have been any more right. In HALB, students here can do anything we want.
Administration, rebbeim, teachers, parents, friends, and guests. Although only already understand the importance of Keter Shem Tov, it is more important than everlasting wealth, which comes and goes, popularity, which waxes and wanes, and all other physical and tangible attributes. Keter Shem Tov means the crown of good name. A good name means that you are trusted and respected because you hold yourself to a higher standard, that you stand by your words and your actions follow. Life lessons have taught me to look for the silver linings. I've been privileged to be surrounded by a mother, grandmother, and grandfather who live by their Shem Tovs. They have friends and a community who support and rally behind them because of who they are. I look at them and up to them as to how to carry myself. My rebbeim at HALB are my role models as well. It has been a tremendous bracha to have had them teach me the ways of Hashem, and not just with a chumash or siddur or any other sefer, but to inspire me with their words and with their actions. Their kindness and care has made me a more kind and generous person towards my friends and family. They have helped me get through my 8 years of HALB and finally reach this moment. And so, as I receive this award, I hope that the work that I'm going to do to improve myself will eventually result in me bearing an even greater Keter Shem Tov one day. In Perkei Avot, Perek Daled, Mishnah Yud Gimel, it states, Rabbi Shimon Omer, Shlosha Ketarim Hein, Keter Torah, V'Keter Kahuna, V'Keter Machlos, V'Keter Shem Tov, Ola Al Gabeihen. Rabbi Shimon says there are 3 crowns, the crown of Torah, the crown of priesthood, and the crown of kingship. Yet the crown of good name is better than all of them. How can one achieve these crowns? Torah is achieved by learning and succeeding in your learning. Priesthood is achieved by being a son of a Kohen, and kingship is achieved by being a descendant of David HaMelech. An insight on this Mishnah may be that priesthood and kingship are better than Torah. After all, they are more exclusive and not everyone can achieve them. Yet this Mishnah teaches us one of the most important ideas in Judaism. That is, when you work hard for something, you achieve more than someone whose greatness was attained with no effort at all. And achieving a crown of Torah is just as good, if not better, than having a crown of priesthood or kingship. But a more glaring question one should be bothered by is how can the Mishnah say 3 crowns when it clearly lists 4? The crown of Torah, the crown of priesthood, the crown of kingship, and the crown of good name. Rashi gives 2 answers. The first answer is that you can achieve Keter Shem Tov by succeeding in one of the other areas, Kahuna, Mulucha, or Torah. You can't just be a Kohen, rule kingdom, or learn Torah. You have to fulfill their duties along with their portions in a way that bespeaks to the standard of which you hold yourself. Rashi's second answer is that there are 2 levels. On the first level, there are only 3 crowns: the Torah, the priesthood, and the crown of kingship. But one level is far greater than all of them, the level of Keter Shem Tov. If you achieve Keter Shem Tov, then you have succeeded in surpassing all of the other crowns. There's a pasuk in Kohelet that states, Tov Shem Yishem and Tov. A good name is better than fine oil. The rabbis explain that fine oils have wonderful aromas, the scent wearing off after a while and goes away. But a good name never goes away and is remembered forever. I'm honored and thankful to receive this word of Keter Shem Tov. Everything I do from now on reflects on HALB and those around me. But this award is more than just a name. It's a reminder and a challenge. I'd like to give a mazel tov to my fellow classmates, and as Rabbi Fogel says, the fun starts now.
At this time, I'd like to call upon Rabbi Fogel to introduce the girls and boys Valedictorian and Valedictorian.
Dear graduates, mazel tov to you and your families on your graduation. In this week's parsha, Korach is criticized for saying to Moshe and Aaron, "The whole community is holy. Why then do you set yourselves apart above Hashem's congregation?" What was wrong with the seemingly sincere challenge of authority? Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs explains that Moshe's leadership represented the birth of a new in its time. Rabbi Sachs goes on to explain that one of the most famous buildings in the ancient world is the Egyptians' pyramid. The pyramids were a statement in stone of a hierarchical social order. They were wide at the bottom and narrow on the top. The top represented the king, and the base represented the laboring masses. Rabbi Sachs describes Judaism as a protest against this kind of hierarchy. He says that every human being, not just the king, is in the image and likeness of Hashem. Thus, not even a king is entitled to rule over any other person. The highest accolade given to Moshe is that he was the servant of Hashem. Rabbi Sachs references Rambam when listing those who have no portion in the world to come. Rambam lists someone who imposes a rule of fear on the community, not for the sake of heaven. As Rabbi Sachs notes, and I quote, "Great leaders respect others, they honor them, lift them, and inspire them to reach heights they might never have otherwise achieved. They are motivated by ideals, not by ambition. They do not succumb to the arrogance of power." Korach was an ambitious man, thereby viewing Moshe and Aaron as individuals driven by ambition, setting themselves above God's congregation. He did not understand that in Judaism, to lead is to serve. Those who serve do not lift themselves high, they lift other people high. Our students have witnessed this concept from their Rebbeim Morot and teachers, specifically our dear Morah Chana Morgenstern, Alar Shalom. It is my hope that as future leaders of Am Yisrael, our valedictorians as well as our Benedictorians and all of our students will take this lesson to heart. I would like to call upon Elisheva Miller and Alexander Popilski, the Benedictorians, to receive their awards. I would like to call upon Nicole Abitan, followed by Jacob Penstein, as valedictorians to speak and receive their awards.
Honored rabbis, principals, teachers, parents, grandparents, family, friends, and of course, my fellow graduates. Tonight is a very special night for us, the graduating class of 2015. Just a few years ago, we arrived at the Hebrew Academy of Long Beach as little first graders, and we are now leaving as young, ambitious adults. There is a story told of a rabbi who was known to deliver all of his classes with tremendous energy and enthusiasm. Once, there was a big snowstorm, and only 4 out of the 100 students showed up for the class. The rabbi nonetheless delivered his class with all his renowned strength. After the class, the students asked, "Rabbi, why did you bother exhausting yourself for the class? There are only 4 of us here." The rabbi answered, "No, there are 4,000 of you here. You, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. How I will influence you with my enthusiasm will have an impact on generations." The encouragement, patience, and enthusiasm of our wonderful and dedicated teachers is why we arrived at this auspicious occasion tonight. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to say thank you. Mrs. Berman for making us your little mathematicians, Mora Eleanor for teaching us to speak like Israelis, Mrs. Falsetti for making us your grammar police, Mora Farbman for teaching us Navi in fun ways, Mora Lightstone for introducing us to almost every known website, and Ms. Sweatherman for teaching us how to locate any country in the world on a map. And Mr. Bass for instilling in me a great love of science and making science class so much fun. We will miss you, the only teacher in America known to have the power to anoint kings and queens. Thank you all for your great knowledge, sincere dedication, unlimited time, unwavering patience, and love. As the pasuk in Kohelet says, "Shlach lachmecha al pnei hamayim, ki berov hayamin timtzainu." Cast your bread onto the waters, for after many days you will find it. You, our dear rabbis and teachers, have shared with us your wisdom, knowledge, and bread, and in time we hope to show you that it has all paid off. Rabbi Plotkin, Mrs. Wine, and Mora Axelrod, your doors are always open for us. Rabbi Plotkin, from the time you presented each of us with our first sitter, to posing with you in our caps and gowns, and every moment in between, you have provided us with tremendous guidance and instilled in us a thirst for knowledge and a love of Torah. Mrs. Wine, your caring and sophisticated ways make you a great role model for us. Your passion and tireless efforts to ensure the success of the Names Not Numbers program has strongly impacted our students. You are the reason why many of HALB students will forever zachor, remember, and never forget the cost. Mora Axelrod, our Washington trip was an absolute blast because of you. In your admirable and modest ways, you teach us by example how to always dress properly in the eyes of Hashem. Our knees and elbows owe you a great deal of gratitude for keeping us warm in the winter and protected from the sun in the summer. I want to take a moment to remember a wonderful and visionary man, Rabbi Armin H. Friedman, first principal and leader of this yeshiva for over 35 years, principal of my father and uncles. May his neshama rest in peace in Gan Eden. It says in Tehillim, "Kechitzim b'yagibor, kein b'nai ha'ne'urim." Like the arrows carried by a warrior, so too are the young children. The Kutzker Rav explains that children are like arrows. The closer you pull them to you, the farther and straighter towards the target they will go. I want to take this opportunity, on behalf of our graduating class, to thank our amazing parents for everything they have done and continue to do for us. I know every single one of us graduating tonight has tremendous appreciation and love for them. On a personal note, Mommy and Daddy, Jenna and Asher, I cannot begin to thank you enough for your endless encouragement and support. Although I don't acknowledge it enough, Your constant love and devotion has never gone unnoticed. Grandma and Bubby, I am so lucky to have you both available to me anytime I need you. The relationships we share are priceless. I have tremendous hakarat hatov to my Saba, Rabbi Asher Abitan, who passed away when I was very young, but whose life lessons live on with me forever. Zaidi, from the time I was a little girl, you have always told me, you can do and be anything you want in life if you put your mind to it. Thank you, Zaidi, for these inspiring words. Tonight's honor is yours. Akaron kaviv, to my fantastic friends and classmates. Together, we've been through much these past 8 years. A typical day at HALB includes loads of laughter and fun with each other and occasional learning. What stands out most throughout our HALB years were the friendships we formed and the numerous trips we had. During our bar mitzvah year, our friendships really solidified, and all those sweatshirts filling our drawers will give us endless memories to reflect on the good times. As the bar mitzvah year came to a close, our grade needed something to lift our spirits. Dunkin' Donuts filled the void. HALB runs on Dunkin' became our new motto. I believe HALB runs on friendship and hard work. Through our continued friendships and teamwork, the relationships we have formed here will forever be cherished and continue to blossom. Let us all live by the inspirational words of my Zaidi. We can do and be anything we want in life if we put our minds and effort into it. Our potential is endless. Thank you and Mazal Tov to the graduating class of 2015.
I took out every other page, is that okay? What? I'm sorry. 4 pages, right?
With the reshus of my rebbeim, teachers, parents, grandparents, friends, and my fellow graduates. I believe every graduate deserves a chance to speak tonight, for each of us has achieved an outstanding milestone. However, I've calculated it would take around 7 hours and 20 minutes to get through all of that. Therefore, I hope you will all appreciate just 5 minutes. Newsday ran an article yesterday describing what other valedictorians did to mark the occasion. I tried to find something from this list that would work for me. Taking a year off to play hockey and being a cheerleader are not my style, so I will stick with this speech. It is fitting that today is Rosh Chodesh Tammuz. Every Rosh Chodesh marks the arrival of the new moon and a new beginning. Today, we also mark the conclusion of our elementary school chapter and mark the beginning of high school. Just as we bless the new month each cycle, may I wish us all a future of Chaim and Shalom. I want to focus on the name of our new month, Tammuz. What does the name Tammuz mean? I can assure you it's not Hebrew because I checked the dictionary, Google, Wikipedia, and every other reliable source. It is also not Aramaic, Arabic, or Latin. The word Tammuz is only mentioned once in all of Tanakh. In Sefer Yechezkel it says, "And he brought me to the entrance of the gate of the house of Hashem, that is to the north, and behold, there the women were sitting, making the Tammuz weep." Rashi explains that Tammuz was a Babylonian and Sumerian god of misery and death. The worshipper would heat up a miniature idol and the lead inside would melt. It appears as if the idol was crying. The name of our saddest month after Babylonian Avodah Zarah is quite ironic. After all, it is in this very month when the destruction of Jerusalem began. We all know the first Beis HaMikdash was destroyed because of Avodah Zarah, so why would our Chachamim name a month after an idol? I believe it was named this for a reason. The name Tammuz is meant to bring this idea front and center during this sad month. The name Tammuz should remind us of our ancestors' mistakes, so we should not repeat them. I had the distinct privilege of participating in the Names Not Numbers project this year, which did just that. We were able to meet and interview Holocaust survivors. Hearing their stories made the shoah feel so much more real than ever before. It was a jarring experience, but awoke me to the real force of anti-Semitism which pervades our world. It moved me to be vigilant and active against anti-Semites. As Jews, we should not hide from our past. We should grow from it. We do this by acknowledging the Shoah each year, listening to the stories of survivors, and being active in the community to prevent it from ever occurring again. The lesson of Tammuz applies not only to us as a nation, but perhaps even more to each of us as individuals. We should not sweep our mistakes under the rug. We should acknowledge them and use them to grow spiritually and physically. In this, we grow closer to Hashem and become better people. This is an important lesson for me and my classmates at this graduation. We all make mistakes, and that's part of life. Our challenge is not to forget about them, but utilize them to improve ourselves. As George Bernard Shaw put it, success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same mistake a second time. As we move forward to high school, we remember our past learning, friendships, and even our mistakes, building on them towards our future successes. I would like to thank a few of the many people who have helped us to this day. Rabbi Plotkin, you make it your business to know what is going on with every student and to make sure that each one is reaching his or her potential. Mrs. Wine, you have made so many positive changes for our school in a short period of time. You make me proud to say I go to HALB. Rabbi Fogel, I've worked very closely with you for the past 3 years, and I appreciate your hard work and great efforts. I would like to thank all of our Rebbeim, Morot, and teachers for all of their hard work and dedication on our behalf. We thank you for teaching us the basics of Torah Umada. We thank you for imparting your wisdom to us as to how to be successful in life. And most importantly, we thank you for being there when things haven't gone well. The lesson of Tammuz, to use our past to bring a better future. As I look back on my years at HALB, the things that I remember most are the activities that we did together as a grade, like the Philadelphia, Canada, and Washington trips, Rabbi Fogel's Achdus weekend, and Rabbi Kramer's multiple shiurim and onegs throughout the year. This is what is most special about HALB, the things you do to bring us all together. I look forward to going to DRS next year, a school known for its Achdus and warm environment. I would like to conclude with a special thank you to my family, to my grandparents and to my brothers, but most importantly, to my mom and dad. Thank you for all of your support and devotion to me. It's so comforting knowing that you are always there. Mazel tov to my fellow graduates, and as Rabbi Kramer always says, Olam Haba is right in front of you. Remember to grab it.
At this time, I would like to call upon Rabbi Plotkin to address the graduates.
Distinguished members of the dais, honored faculty, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, families, friends, and acharon chavivim, our dear graduates. As David HaMelech said in Tehillim, we say it every Shabbos before we bench in Shir HaMalos, Hazorim b'dima berina yiksoru. Somebody who plants with tears will harvest with joy. Based on the effort that we put in the input, the reward of the output will be there. Parents, grandparents, Rebbeim, Morot, teachers, and especially our graduates. Tonight is a night to celebrate the past 13 years of hard work, to applaud the efforts. Tonight is an opportunity to reflect back on all of the accomplishments and to express our hakaras hatov to the many individuals who have worked so hard and in fact sacrificed so much to make you into such incredible B'nai Torah. Before I address our graduates, I'd like to express a small measure of hakaras hatov to several people. I would like to express hakaras hatov to our lay leadership, to our president, Mr. Lance Hurt, for the vision that he has brought to our yeshiva, as well as all the personal guidance he has given me. We'd like to wish Mazel Tov to Lance upon the graduation of his nephew, Jacob. Mazel Tov. We'd like to wish a Mazel Tov to Mr. Jerry Williams, our chairman of the board, for all of his sound advice, for always, and I mean always, being there for the yeshiva. I'd like to wish you a Mazel Tov on your granddaughter, on Rachel's graduation. I'd like to wish a Mazel Tov to Mr. Shlomo Zeller, the vice president of HALB, the former executive of the elementary school, a person who's given me tremendous guidance, tremendous friendship, and is always there for me. And I'd like to wish you a Mazel Tov on your daughter Daniela's graduation. I'd like to thank Mr. Jonathan Marks, tonight's MC, and Mr. Howie Rubin, our school executives, for always being there and focusing on what's best for the children. I thank you for your constant support, and I wish you a Mazel Tov, Howie, on Daniela, Jackie, and Emma's graduation. Mazel Tov. Rabbi Kamenetsky and Mrs. Spurn, I want to thank you for always being there, the times that we get together and the times that we don't get together, but really always being there for the guidance and the support that you provide me. I'd also like to thank, on behalf of the graduates, our partners in Chinuch of the class of 2015, Rabbi Klammer and Rabbi Zimberg, for all their hard work and the lessons that they taught our graduates and myself. I'd like to thank Mrs. Bailey Sigmund and Mrs. Atara Yudin, our Women's League co-presidents. You are tremendous partners. You are always there for the yeshiva, looking for ways of improving, finding better ways, new ways, and you are absolutely tremendous partners. We'd like to wish a Mazel Tov to Rabbi and Mrs. Yudin on Rachel's graduation, a third generation HALB graduate, following after her mother and grandfather. Mazel Tov. I'd like to thank Mrs. Quistel, our executive of academic affairs, for all your hard work and devotion on improving the academic standards of our yeshiva. I'd like to wish you a Mazel Tov on Eitan and Avi's graduation. We have tremendous hakaras hatov for the hard work of our executive director, Richie Hagler, and the associate executive director, Chaim Hollander. We thank you for all your tireless efforts on behalf of the yeshiva. I now turn to the special group of individuals who make HALB such an incredible place. I would like to start with Mrs. Wine, Associate Principal of General Studies. In just 1 year, we have already benefited from all your experience and professionalism in raising the level of our General Studies program. We look forward to many more years of working together. Thank you. Rabbi Fogel, your devotion to the junior high school boys, both in school and at home, are almost 24 hours a day. Your attention to detail has helped improve the entire yeshiva. You plan trips, assuming that there are 30 hours in a day. And I have to tell you that I think I am still recovering from that amazing Washington trip. We thank you for everything you do. Rabbi Gershon Kramer, your dedication toward your Talmidim is legendary. Your accomplishments inside your classroom, as well as in developing the curriculum, have been tremendous to observe. You serve as a role model, not only for the Talmidim, but also for the entire faculty. Thank you. Mora Axelrod, you have not missed an opportunity to inspire and make our students feel so special. Your tireless effort on behalf of our students is truly remarkable. Honestly, it is hard to keep up with all of your ideas. Always looking to make HALB the best experience that it possibly could be. Thank you. I'd like to thank Rabbi Rothman and Mrs. Lightstone for their guidance and for guiding us into integrating the technology into all of our studies. We would like to wish Rabbi Rothman tremendous hatzlacha on his move to Canada, and we wish him a lot of success in the new yeshiva that he is the head of school of in Toronto. I'd like to give a special thank you to the entire administrative team of HALB for everything you do each and every day. There's not a day that goes by that you don't think of a new idea to make HALB a better place. I'd like to wish a special mazel tov to Mrs. Hecht on the graduation of her daughter Eliza. Rebecca. I did write Eliza, Rebecca. In the zchus of all that you do to individualize for every Talmud of HALB, you should be zochet to have much nachas from Rebecca and all of your children. Mazel tov. Lou, Harold, the entire security team, we thank you for always making us feel safe and for always taking care of everything. Anthony, all of our maintenance guys, we cannot do it without you. We thank you so much. We thank you so much for all of your devotion and for tolerating all of the last-minute changes. To the HALB faculty, how can we say to thank the outstanding HALB faculty? We thank you for your dedication, professionalism, encouragement, patience, and understanding. We appreciate all the late nights, extra hours, and all the loving care. Thank you for coming each day to yeshiva with a smile and showing such care and love. In the merit of all that you do for our students, Hashem should grant you joy from your families. Finally, I would like to thank our incredible parent body. You have entrusted us with your most precious treasures, and we so appreciate the partnership that we have developed over these years. At this point in graduations, most principals deliver their final message to the graduates. As I have learned over the past years in HALB, there's no such thing as a final message. I've had the opportunity of observing the Rebbeim, Morot, and administration staying in touch with our Talmidim, having them over for visiting their houses, the Talmidim texting them, speaking to them, and staying in communication with them. And therefore, I look at this speech not as a final message, but actually as an opportunity to share some thoughts with you about things that you have accomplished and to give you, the graduates, an opportunity to think back over the past years. I ask each graduate to take the opportunity to reflect over these years, and even more importantly, to think about the future. How will you build on these amazing qualities? The first midah that comes to mind when I think of this grade is the fact that they are tremendous, tremendous doers. They are activists. They take on a mission. I'd like to share with you just a few examples. Some of them I'm going to speak about directly, and some of them, for obvious reasons, remiza, through hinting. Our 8th grade boys, our graduates, when you had a friend who was in a time of need, you taught me a lesson. You actually approached me and asked me that we needed to help someone, And I actually told you that it wasn't the proper time to do it. I told you, wait, the family doesn't want the help now. It's not the appropriate time. But you didn't let me get away with that answer. You continued pushing and pursuing it. And I have to tell you, on reflecting back, you were 100% right, and the family so much appreciates everything you did for them. Our 8th grade girls and now our graduates, you've been through some incredibly challenging circumstances. I've seen it as recently as the past week and this current year, and watching you take care of everything by yourselves almost leaves the school with nothing to do. I've never seen a group of adults rise to the level of such maturity to be able to stand by each other in the time of need. And the truth is, it was a lesson to all the adults in the building. We thank you so much. The girls, over the past few years, have run events for the different chesed organizations. They chose Bobby's Place, and with the guidance of their morot, they turned this year's event into the most successful event ever. They raised the level once again in making sure if you're going to do it right. If you remember back to 6th grade, when you went to Mrs. Sobel's mother's house to help clean up, Chesed isn't just about donating money. Chesed is about getting involved, taking actions. The way we watched you, this is for the girls, lead Color War. The way we watched you lead your big sister, little sister event have been with true leadership. The boys, the way you took advantage of an abridged Purim carnival when Shushan Purim falls out on a Friday, shows such leadership, such guidance. And as Devorah Schreier mentioned, Yom HaAtzmaut. Yom HaAtzmaut was such an incredibly successful day because of the leadership of our 8th graders. It didn't matter. We don't only celebrate with Israel when it's sunny outside, but even when it's raining outside. You taught us how to enjoy an event and make the best of even a difficult situation. But the truth is, tonight, we know where all this came from. Our dear graduates, this came from the people sitting behind you. Your Rebbeim, Morot, and teachers, and your parents have been teaching you this for the past 13 years. That when there's a need, you step up. I have to tell you that when I walked into the room tonight, it's handwritten on my notes. I was reminded of 3 years ago, Hurricane Sandy. And the reason I was reminded is because so many parents came over to say Mazel Tov. And those were the parents who took a yeshiva that didn't have a and went and made sure to carry tables, chairs, curtains, books, deliver snacks, offer money. And there's a parent sitting in this room that most people don't know, even delivered gas during Hurricane Sandy to make sure that our teachers had a way of getting to and from school. Boys and girls, you learned this lesson from your parents and grandparents, that when there's a need, don't wait to see if someone else helps. Jump up and take the opportunity. I apologize to those that were at the Names Not Numbers program, but I want to repeat to you a quick story that I heard just a week and a half ago that left a tremendous impression on my mind. A HALB parent told me this story. The parent owns a store on Central Avenue and happened to be by the register one day. A man came up to pay, and as the man took out his wallet to pay, a little piece of paper fell out of his wallet. And on that paper was written 3 names, 3 words: Gilad, Naphtali, and Eyal. I'm sure that those names ring a bell in everyone's mind, because last year at this time, we were davening for them. We were hoping that they would be found safely. Unfortunately, we all know the end of the story. But the truth is, most of us probably haven't thought of those names in the past few weeks or months. And the person behind the register asked this man with the wallet, "Why do you have a paper with those names? Are they relatives?" And the man said, "I'm going to tell you that I knew after I heard that these boys did not survive, that if I did not do something, I would forget their memory. I would not remember them after a few weeks. And I made sure to put that paper in my wallet so that every time I pay for something in a store, I remember the lesson of Achdus, of those boys that they taught all of Klal Yisrael." And I took from that story an incredible, incredible message. When something happens in life, many people choose to move on, choose to say, "Did it affect me?" Our graduates, our job and our obligation is to take life, whatever events are thrown at us, whatever opportunities are given to us, and make sure to continue to take that message for the rest of our lives. The lesson of Achdus and the power of a tzibur, of a klal, is a tremendous lesson to this grade. Teamwork. Whether it's the 8th grade hockey championships, whether it's the girls' championships in the basketball team, whether it's the debate team destroying every other school, not making it close, whether it was Torah Bowl being the Eastern Division champions, or whether it's a kumsitz, or just dancing on a street corner. This grade has taught us the power of the klal. But I actually want to take you back 1 year to a memory I will not forget. Being in the gym, in the championship game, when our 7th grade, now 8th grade team was quite honestly being beaten quite badly in a championship game. They were down 18 points in the 3rd quarter, and it was not looking pretty. But then something changed. With all respect to our members of the basketball team, what changed wasn't the players in the game. What changed was the parents, was the grade, was the fans, was the achdus in the gym. Anybody that was in that gym could tell you that the fans, the people behind you, could actually make you win a game. The momentum, the feeling in that room, and that achdus was something that I will never forget. And it was the championship that we did end up winning in overtime. But it was the parents. It was your friends cheering that really made you successful that evening. One final compliment. I don't think we've ever seen a group of elementary school students daven the way this grade does. I've had the opportunity of hearing the junior high school girls, the 7th and 8th graders, davening together from the gym or the kumsitz. And I have to tell you, to our 8th grade boys in Washington this year, the 2nd day of a trip of Washington, after really not sleeping too much for 2 nights, we brought them into a shul that they've never been to before. We brought them to a minyan that was not expecting us. There were no chairs set up for us. And we sort of invaded this shul with a coach bus full of boys that haven't eaten and haven't slept. And they walked into this minyan on a Thursday, on a waning day. And I have to tell you, people who were rushing out to work took the time to come over to us and tell us that these boys knew how to daven with a minyan like a group of elementary school kids that they have never seen before. And I thank you for creating that Kiddush Hashem. My dear graduates, it has been incredible watching you grow into such fine young adults. You've been given opportunities to learn from the best Rebbeim, Morot, and teachers. You've been given the opportunity to experience Achdus and Chesed and inspirational speakers to the highest level. We have given you the tools, the knowledge, the skills, the role models, the work ethic, the inspiration, the vision of the future of Am Yisrael, the feelings of Avat Yisrael and Avat Medinat Yisrael. And now it is your turn to take the ownership and choose your own way of making the greatest Kiddush Hashem in the world. We look forward to hearing great news. As Devorah said, you could accomplish anything you want to in the world. We wish you a tremendous Mazel Tov on this graduation.
Thank you, Rabbi Plotkin. At this time, I would like to call upon Mr. Thomas Lemondola, or as he is known here at HALB, Coach L, to present the Edward Jacobs Memorial Award for Excellence in Midos and Academics.
Good evening. Mazel Tov to the class of 2015. And before I say any further, we have to give a shout out to the parents because they did a fabulous job raising you guys. Parents, congratulations. I just want to say one thing before I present the Edward Jacobs Award for Midot and Athletics. I want to say that this is one of the finest classes that I've been associated with in my 100 years at HALB. Anyway, and I want to wish you all of the best in high school. You're going to have many challenges, you're going to have choices, but I know that you had enough training at HALB that you will always do the right thing and you will make a Kiddush Hashem. Thank you. It is a privilege for me to present the Edward Jacobs Memorial Award for Athletics and Midot. Everyone thinks that being the best athlete is number one because that's all we see on the media, TV, etc., LJ, LeBron, etc. But this award is not about being the best athlete. This award is about being a mensch. This award is about the young boy and young ladies who show a lot of derech eretz. They are kind, they're respectful, they know about team. They know that there's no I in teamwork. See, so without any further ado, I would like to congratulate the four recipients, the two young ladies, and I just want to say that you're going to know when they call them up here that we made the right choice again. Two ladies are Ayala Deutsch and Ariella Wayne. Congratulations. The two gentlemen are Aiden Englander and Nady Simmental. Mazel Tov.
If everyone would please give their attention to the video screens for the graduation video montage. For your convenience, there are screens set up in the back of the room as well.
No, just take the top off.
מבית השם
soy leirecho ayutze mi chasker en David ablecho simcholi artecho so soy leirecho ayutze mi chasker en David ablecho simcholi artecho so soy leirecho ayutze mi chasker en David ablecho Tari chasner ben yishai yishichecha
ראשי העם יהי ויהי בשור ומלך בהתאסף ראשי עם כולנו יחד יחד שבטי ישראל אחדות בעם ישראל באגודה אחת יחד שבטי ישראל עכשיו אחדות בעם ישראל יחד כל ישראל יחד נבוא ביחד בשיר והלל
לכל זמן ועת את לאור את לשנוא את מלחמה ויהת שלום לכל זמן ועת לכל זמן ועת את לאור את לשנוא את מלחמה ויהת שלום אבל הלילה הזה
כולנו בשמחה לנו הלילה את ריקוד
celebrating Israel. And we're looking right now at the Hebrew Academy of Long Beach. We've heard so much today, so important. Celebrating Israel, whose people are constantly imagining and creating new and exciting innovations in all areas of life.
Hold on, I'm not on. Is that it?
I would like to call upon Rabbi Plotkin, Mrs. Wine, Rabbi Fogel, Mo Axelrod to present the diplomas to the graduates. At this time, I'd also like to call upon Mrs. Bailey Sigmund, Mrs. Atara Yudin, the Women's League co-president, to present the gifts to the graduates. Please refrain from coming up and taking pictures of the graduates. Pictures are already taken and will be taken by the photographers, and I'm sure you'll all get copies, so please remain in your seats.
Nicole Abitan. Kayla Abraham. Esther Beck. Tova Ben-Ami. Ayala Bodenheim. Shira Cohen. Ayala Deutsch. Rebecca Eisenfeld. Sarah Feder. Leora Fenster. Shelley Forkosh. Anna Friedman. Eden Garber. Kayla Gill. Abigail Goldberg. Abby Goldberg. Gabriella Goldsmith. Emma Greenbaum. Eliana Greenwald. Cameron Guetta. Rebecca Hecht. Isabel Kahan. Mimi Leifer. Esther Mail. Elisheva Miller. Esther Miller. Anna Ostrow. Chanatova Popak. Julia Rindenau. Tamar Rosenwald. Adina Roth. Daniela Rubin. Emma Jacqueline Rubin. Sipora Shine. Yakira Schreiber. Devora Schreier. Ruth Silver. Ariella Wang. Atara Weinberg. Rachel Yudin. Leah Zakheim. Daniela Zeller. All right, boys. Josef Adler. Joshua Eisenbaum. Akiva Aryeh, Yishai Atias, Aaron Azos, Harry Schwat, Aiden Englander, Jaron Feldman, Yaakov Fuchs, Yehuda Fuchs, Adam Goldfeder, Kobe Goldfeder, Josh Goldfeder, Joseph Greenberg, Ariel Haimov, Samuel Hofstetter, Shabtai Khan, Jonathan Kaslau, Avi Questel, Eitan Questel,
One on each side. Yes, we're embarrassing you.
Benjamin Leifer, David Lichter, Alexander Lyons, Chaim Medetsky, Jonah Naaman, Joshua Packer, Alexander Papilski, Jacob Penstein, Jared Paris, Noah Ryan, Shmuel Schaffler, Adam Schwartz, Chaim Schwartz, David Schwartzstein, Jonas Seawald, Jacob Semmel, Nathaniel Simantov, Yonatan Sokol, Yair Sturm, Benjamin Wiener, Max Yaker, Mazel Tov, class of 2015.
Graduates, please be seated. Thank you, Mora Sila Shulman, Anthony, and his Chaim Hollander, Lori Kirshner, for all of your hard work in putting this graduation together. Seated in the rows right in back of the graduates are the faculty of the Hebrew Academy of Long Beach. Thank you all very much for all of your hard work and service. At the conclusion of the graduation, you're all invited to a collation outside in the tent, outside in the parking lot. In addition to that, there will be minyanim for Mariv at 10, 10:15, and 10:30 in the basement just across the way. I ask that parents and grandparents remain in their seats until the graduates have left. The graduates will join you in the tent for the collation afterwards. I'd like to call upon Mrs. Marjorie Wine to deliver the convocation.
My dear graduates, you are the first class that I'm privileged to see graduate from HALB. What an honor and a pleasure it has been to get to know all of you this year. Your class is a remarkable group of students on so many levels. I could speak of the many academic achievements so many of you have attained, both inside and outside of the classroom. Your intellectual curiosity and engagement in varied academic endeavors impressed me greatly. Whether participating in Names Not Numbers, Torah Bowl, debate team, and such, your grappling with ideas and genuine thoughtfulness have been readily apparent throughout the entire school year. I could speak of your good sense of fun, your Rosh Chodesh dancing, your dancing during Hanukkah Tefillin, your welcome of Adar. It has been easy for me as a newcomer to HALB to see how much you enjoy being with one another, whether on a class trip or on an everyday basis. But what characterizes your class, to me, above all, comes down to one word, menschlichkeit. In all my years of teaching and supervising, I have rarely encountered such a fine group of men and women. You are destined for great things in high school and beyond. Class of 2015, please stand up and face your parents and grandparents. We know that you have fulfilled the requirements for graduation with the continuous support of your parents and grandparents. We thank them all for all of their efforts. Now please turn and face the stage. My dear graduates, you have completed the required course of study as prescribed by the Board of Directors of the Hebrew Academy of Long Beach and the New York State Department of Education. With the power invested in us by the New York State Department of Education, I now declare you graduates of HALB's class of 2015. You may now move your tassels from right to left. A huge mazel tov.
I would like to remind everyone to please remain seated. We will need the center aisle cleared. Please take your leave. There are exits on all sides of the room here, in front and in back. All of them will be open and available for parents to leave that way.